Hello there, people of the internet. So I'm sure you guys have noticed that I have quite the collection. I have things from all around the world. Many of them are over a century-year old. Many of them are over a century-and-a-half-year old. And many of them are from countries that no longer exist. But on top of gathering all of these different things from all around the world, one of the things I like to do is I like to gather things that don't necessarily work anymore. And what I'll do is, whenever they don't work, I will go ahead and I will get them back up and going. So many years ago, I got myself a Mossberg 500 12-gauge receiver. And the receiver had the buffer tube on it, and it had like the remain leftovers of a pump action on it. And I decided to go ahead and pick it up because the buddy had offered it to me for basically nothing. He just literally did not want it around. So I went ahead and I picked it up. And it sat in my closet for many, many years. As a matter of fact, I made a video many years ago. I have no idea what happened to it. But I made a video many years ago, and I never uploaded it because I was talking about how I was going to build this shotgun into a functioning shotgun. And what had happened was I just never got around to doing that. My goal was to essentially have a shotgun for significantly less money than I would normally buy that said shotgun for. Issue is, it needed a barrel, and people want basically almost as much for a barrel as they do for an actual shotgun. Why pay 150 bucks just for the barrel, where 200 bucks would get me a literal Maverick 88, which is essentially the same firearm with some simplifications, but that's, you know, probably something that I'll go into later on in a later video. But long story short, I was waiting until I found myself a nice cheap barrel, like a private sale barrel. Hey, yeah, I got this old barrel, I'll sell it to you for 50 bucks or something like that. And I did actually come across that. It also needed a stock. I mean, this was literally just a receiver with a buffer tube on it. It needed a stock, and I got the barrel stock combo for not a lot of money. So now I finally, after many years of this just sitting around and me not really caring about it, I finally got myself a Mossberg 500 from the receiver that I had bought a bunch of years ago. Now, the pump that is on it, I'm going to show you guys here in a second. The pump that is on it is just the leftover remains of a pump that used to exist many years ago. However, that being said, the pump that is on it is still functional. So this right here is the plain Jane Mossberg 500 that I basically ghettoized into a functional shotgun. So the stock has a bunch of holes drilled inside of it, and it's not in the best of shape. It's all scratched up and scuffed up, but I also got it for basically nothing. And our barrel, it's an 18.5-inch barrel with a cylinder choke on it, so it's not a long barrel. There's no bead or anything on it. It has the remains of a rear sight or a dovetail of a rear sight if I feel like throwing something like that on there, and then maybe throwing some kind of front sight on it. But I doubt that I'll do that because, well, as you can see, the pump action, the actual pump on this pump action, is still missing, and as a result, this thing does, I mean, it really does not look that great. The receiver is rusted out and it's scuffed up. We are missing the safety on this thing. We got holes drilled inside of the stock on this thing. The pump is actually missing. We are missing our sights on this thing. This is the most like redneck Florida man style, bandit style shotgun I have ever seen. This is definitely an outlaw style of shotgun, if you catch my drift. Now, that being said, I actually have a really good idea. I'm probably gonna paint this thing with a color scheme to match, like, anyone who's ever played the Borderlands video game series. They have a lot of firearms customization on there. But the bandit style paint job that is on a lot of your Borderlands shotguns, I'm probably going to do that with something like this right here. And I'm probably going to essentially keep it like a rat rod style. And I might just not put a pump action on this thing, like an actual pump on this thing, or sights, or safety, or anything like that. I might just go ahead and paint it and bastardize it and make it my little bandit shotgun. I think that would be really cool. Assuming that it even works. The inside of the receiver seems to lock up all right, despite the fact that we do have some rust issues. Firing pin seems to be functional. We obviously do not have a safety on this thing, but I don't plan on using this thing for anything besides a range toy. Let's go ahead and test functionality. With this short barrel, I'm not expecting tremendous amounts of accuracy, especially seeing as I don't even have sights on this thing. It does have a cylinder bore on it. So with the, oh yeah, this, my headphones have died. With the cylinder bore, at least it's not just a straight tube, so we should still have some grouping going on. So we're going to go ahead and test this out with a couple of rounds of just regular target loads. This is just straight number 8 or number 9 birdshot that I got from Walmart a while ago. All right, let's see how easily this cycles. Hey, look at that, she cycled. Let's see how she fires. All right, well, we fired that round. I am not seeing any issues with the receiver or the bolt. Pop that out before we close it. Let's go ahead and have a look at our cartridge. I'm not seeing any bulging or rippling or anything that would indicate any kind of concern. All right, let's go ahead and send another round here. I wonder how many years it's been since the shotgun has fired. Well, I guess the receiver of the shotgun has fired. I know it's been sitting in my closet for quite a few years. Yeah, I'm gonna need to put some kind of bead sight or something on this thing because I cannot aim this. All right, so the trigger on this sucks. I'm not sure if this is a factory trigger or not, but the trigger on this is just straight metal and it is sharp, and under recoil of this I am just scraping up my finger. Yeah, I'm gonna have to grab a file and dull that down some, because man, that hurts. And that's just with birdshot. Whenever I move on to some heavier shot here in a second, that's gonna suck. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go grab myself a glove because that is overly sharp. I don't think that's a factory trigger. Okay, I figure that a nice destroyed, torn up glove would match the aesthetics of our very rudimentary shotgun. So now I have some double-aught buck here. Let's go ahead and run a couple of these through this thing, and we'll see what these look like and what this is like. Yeah, the higher recoil of this double-aught buck. I was not looking forward to dealing with the trigger with that. Oh, all right, there we go. Our spring seems to be a little on the wonky side. Makes sense with how old and rusty this thing is. Survey says, well, she chambered. If it seats, it yeets. I'm gonna go ahead and aim for our steel target down there, see if we hit it. Well, I have no idea if any of those shots actually made it on target. Let's set another round. All right, that is definitely substantially more recoil. Let me walk down there. Those are 9 pellet shots, so 18 shots in total. I'm gonna walk down there, see if we made any of those shots onto our target. All right, up next, I have a 3-inch, 1-ounce Magnum slug. This is gonna be traveling at about 1,750 feet per second. Let's see if this old girl can handle this thing. Hopefully it does not blow up. Ow! All right, well, that was quite a deal more than our buckshot. Let's have a look at what that looks like. Well, I'm not seeing any rippling or bulging, so that tells me that the headspace on this is probably okay. Holy crap, did you guys see the fireball that came out of this thing? That was insane. Yeah, I'm gonna need to put some sights on this thing if I want to aim slugs though, because I did miss my target and the slug just kind of got planted somewhere inside of that car. The issue with this barrel is that the barrel actually sits underneath of the receiver. So, I mean, for like a shotgun with a bunch of spread and whatnot, that's no problem. But if I cannot actually see the barrel whenever I line this up, because in order to line it up flat, I have to line the receiver up, and I can't see just where the barrel is going to be. So, yeah, I will need some sights on this if I want to actually be able to aim it. As a matter of fact, yeah. Let me see what I can go ahead and pull off with that. I really hope that fireball showed up on camera, because man, that was a substantial fireball. It's a little windy out here. Well, I am pleased with my homegrown shotgun here. I will say, hey folks, thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. This was just me basically testing this shotgun out, seeing if it functions, and I am pleased to say that it does in fact function. I do have some plans with it in the future now that I have an actual working shotgun, so that will definitely be a fun time. What was I going to do? I guess I'm just going to do the outro. Thanks for watching, folks. Appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description below. Link to all sorts of stuff. Go and go check that out. You guys go off, have yourself a fantastic day, and I will see you all on the next episode. You know what? Just for giggles, I have another one of these slugs. I'm gonna see if I can smack that steel with it. All right. So, hopefully this doesn't blow up in my face, because I really like my face. Ah, hold on. Almost forgot my glove. That would have messed my finger up. This trigger on this thing is definitely way sharper than it should be. All right, let me try this time. Oh my God. Well, I hit it. Whew, man, did it hit me back. All right, so I did hit a little high, and I was expecting that. Just without sights on this thing, it's kind of hard to really accurately aim a slug. But I did hit the steel, only a couple inches high though. Wow, that is a lightweight shotgun with 3-inch Magnum slugs behind it. Holy crap, guys. 1 ounce of lead traveling at about 1,750 feet per second. That is an insane round. Wow. All right, you guys go off, have yourself a fantastic day. Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.